Hey everyone, this is Evercry TCG here, just showing you how to play Spellslingers, because a lot of you were wondering ever since I opened up the whole deck box and all that stuff and the dual decks how to play the game, and I'm here to show you. So I'm just going to dive right into it. It's a bit complex on paper, however when you guys actually start to play the game, you guys will catch on really quickly. So in the dual deck you guys saw that there was these mana stones, and all of them look exactly the same. They have these green backs, and I want to use the water mana stones. There are five types. There's water, and then air, and then earth, fire, and darkness. And these are basically like kind of like 5 tribes almost, and all of them have different play styles. So if you like drawing cards, countering stuff, and invisibility, almost like ninja-like abilities, then that's water. So yeah, so for your deck, you actually have 2. You have a deck of mana stones, which all of these are water mana stones, but later on there'll be different kinds. And then the second one is your spell book, which is basically just your normal deck. So I have 4 words of power, some diffuses, forbidden research, mass stalkers, and lastly, you're going to have your avatar. So your avatar could be anyone, and your avatar basically is the character you're playing as. So this is you, pretty much, on the battlefield, and each one has their own special ability. So I'm going to zoom in on Durza here. So Durza's ability is that you can exhaust this avatar, and shuffle a water spell card from your graveyard into your spell book. So ideally you want to use water cards with this. However, if you want to, you can put them in an air deck. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can. So yeah, these are basically the 3 things you need. Water mana stone deck and the actual spell book, that's what I call it, and then your avatar. And to start the game, I'm going to move over some cards. To start the game, you take your spell book, shuffle it up. Don't do that. That's stupid. Sorry, I'm not the best at shuffling cards. And then you take your mana stone deck and shuffle that up as well. And then you put that off to the side over here. I want to put it over here. Why not? Both in the back. I'm going to do it in the back. And then you draw 5 cards from your spell book. Now, a lot of these are going to be very similar because I didn't shuffle it very well. These sleeves are old. Alright. So once you have these 5, then it starts your turn. To start the turn, you can either decide from drawing a card from the spell book or from the mana stone deck. So I'm going at the beginning of your turn, you're going to want to draw from the mana stone deck. So I'm just going to flip over the top. It doesn't actually enter your hand, so someone can't just discard a mana stone in your hand. And you can see at the bottom of each card, if we can focus, please focus, camera, do it. So as you can see down here, there's a number, and this is the number 2. And it's a blue 2, I just can't zoom in to show you guys. And that means you need 2 blue mana to play it. And 1 water mana stone creates, at any time, exhaust this card, which is basically turn it sideways, or some people turn it upside down. You don't want to do that, just turn it sideways, so then people will actually still read the abilities. To create 1 water mana. So basically, it's kind of like lands in Magic the Gathering. You turn it sideways, and then you can cast it. So Forbidden Research costs 2, Water Golem costs 2, Mass Stalker costs 3. So at the beginning of my turn, I'm just going to flip the top up. Boom. Now it's your opponent's turn. They do a similar thing. Now I can decide to draw from my spell book or mana stone deck. I'm going to do it from the mana stone deck. Boom, there we go. And now we can play the card Forbidden Research. Now to play spells, later on when I actually print these out, it will say water spell and like water ally and that kind of stuff. So it's a bit confusing now because it was a bit of an error. But yeah, so when you play spells, you activate their ability, you pay the mana cost, and then it goes to the graveyard. So for Forbidden Research, it says draw 2 cards, then randomly discard a hand, which is a card from your hand, which is pretty good, I think. So then you just draw 2 cards from your spell book. When it says draw cards, you draw it from your spell book, not from your mana stone deck. There you go. We got 2 Mass Stalkers, so I don't really care about Mass Stalker. So then what you do is that you shuffle it up. Or you can flip a coin, roll a dice, or your opponent can choose. I'm just going to choose this one. Likelihood it's a Mass Stalker. Nope, it's actually a Water Golem. Boom. And there you go. That's basically how you play the game. Now we're going to get into creatures. So let's say they pass the turn. I'm going to play a Water Golem. Water Golems are over here. Now to win the game... Oh, tripod. To win the game, your characters or your allies have this little number down here. This is your attack and this is your health. Your allies... Your opponent's going to have an avatar as well, because you kind of have to. So let's just put another avatar right over there. And let's say you're going to attack with the Water Golem, and you're going to attack Sorin Redwing, which is your opponent. So you attack, and they have an HP at the bottom, which is their total life total. So when that gets down to 0, you win, and they die. So that's one way you can win. Or what you can do is that you can attack their ally. So here's a Blue Wing Angel right here. As you can see, it has 100 attack and 300 defense. So when you attack it, it's going to take 200 damage, and that damage is permanent. That's why healing is pretty good in this game. So that means he only has 100 attack and 100 defense. Just like that. And when its defense goes down to 0, it dies. It's that simple. Now, one last thing that I have to show you is attacking and counterattacking, which is a bit complicated, but again, once you actually start playing this, it'll become pretty obvious why. So let's say the Water Golem just attacked Sorin Redwing, okay? And he's in exhausted state. Whenever you attack, he's exhausted, just like the stones back here. Now what the Blue Wing Angel can do is that he can attack the exhausted Water Golem, and the exhausted Water Golem will take 100 damage, okay? However, if it wasn't exhausted and it's up like this, it will attack and deal 100 damage, and then it will counterattack and deal 200 damage. So in this situation, the Water Golem has the advantage. So first of all, you want to wait for the enemy to strike first, and then you can counterattack to cancel out their attack almost and take down their allies faster. Exhausting your avatar doesn't mean your avatar does not have an attack value, so if they're exhausted and attack, they won't counterattack. But who knows, maybe we'll implement that later. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll respond quite quickly if you have any questions about how to play the game. This will be out on the Game Crafter hopefully later this month, or at least in the summer. I'm working really hard. More card leaks will be coming out, and I'll try to upload more regularly. Anyway, this is EverCry TCG out. See ya.